What's up, college football fans, quarterback fans? Welcome to another QB Spotlight video. In this video, we're talking about Conner Weigman, Texas A&M quarterback, what he needs to do to have success against Miami Hurricanes with the game coming up this Saturday. We're going to dive into a little bit what he did last week against New Mexico, but talk about what he needs to do to repeat that performance against Miami and put them in the best position possible to succeed and to win the ball game against Miami. But this is your first time tuning in the QB Spotlight channel. Sincerely, we thank you for tuning in. There's a lot of great college football content creators out there that do so much great work. So it means a lot that you would choose some time to spend with us. But if you like quarterback content, all we do is put out quarterback content. We're just a big quarterback hub, from these little breakdowns, these mini previews, if you will, during the season, to having current and former quarterbacks come on the show, talk about the quarterback position, coaches come on. So anything related to the quarterback position, from breakdowns to actual quarterbacks coming on, is all fair game here. So if you like the quarterback position, or just college football in general, please consider subscribing and liking all that YouTube stuff. But with that said, Conner Weigman. So before we dive into Weigman, let's talk briefly about the Miami defense. I think it's important to note that I don't think they showed a lot against Miami, meaning they dominated them, but they were pretty vanilla. There wasn't a need to showcase a bunch of different, crazy blitz packages or crazy different schematic approaches when it comes to the defensive side of the thing. So I don't think you necessarily know exactly what you're getting, which same can be said for A&M with Miami playing A&M. I think both of these teams didn't show a ton in week one. They played opponents that they were superior to and dominated, right? With that said, Miami don't have a lot of a big idea what you're getting. So you have to be prepared for multiple things. Could they bring pressure? Could they just sit back and let you throw? I think there's a bunch of different ways that they could potentially, a bunch of different things they can throw at Weigman being a young quarterback. Few things with Weigman, though. I think there's a few keys that really stand out to what I think he needs to do to have success against Miami's defense, against a defense that you still are unclear of what they're going to present. Number one, and maybe the most important factor of this, is you need to attack vertically. That was one thing, talking to A&M fans, that they wanted to see with Petrino's offense, and so he did that against New Mexico. But you need to attack vertically. That was something they didn't do a lot last year. The yards per attempt weren't where you want it to be. But week one, Weigman showed that, one, he's capable, and two, A&M's offense showed that they were going to game plan to attack vertically. So I think to win the game, you need to do that against Miami. Weigman was 4-6 against New Mexico in week one, with passes 20-plus yards downfield. It's a really good completion percentage. That's really good. So you need to repeat that against New Mexico. Attack vertically. If you attack vertically against Miami, man, I think you can open up the run game. I think some quick screens can open up. If you can have success early in the game, even if you don't hit on the first one or two, but now that's in Miami's head that, okay, this offense is pushing the ball downfield, I think that can still set up some underneath type stuff. Number two, distribute the ball again, exactly like you did against New Mexico, meaning he distributed the ball all over the field. He wasn't favoring one side. He wasn't favoring the middle of the field. He had a touchdown in every part of the field, meaning he had a touchdown outside the left hash, he had a touchdown inside the numbers, he had a touchdown outside the right hash, right? So he was able to distribute the ball in a really good, consistent, and kind of even approach, which will have a defense, have Miami have to defend the whole field as opposed to one side or the middle, if that makes sense, right? So distribute the ball again. And then those are probably the main keys. But also, he did really good against the blitz against New Mexico, right? So I don't know if Miami's planning to blitz, but every touchdown he had was against the blitz. Now, just because a team blitz doesn't mean they're getting pressure on the quarterback. That's a good point to understand. You can pick up the blitz, and if that's the case, then all the defense did was make more space on the field to throw. So an important kind of connotation to remember, but still, he did well against the blitz, which probably stems from the experience that he had last year. So I think it was good that he did that again against New Mexico before playing a tougher opponent in Miami. But just to recap, the overall takeaway that I think for Weigman to have success and for Weigman to lead A&M to victories, distribute the ball again, exactly like you did last game. Distribute all over the field, so now you force Miami to defend the whole field. And then be successful in attacking vertical again. If you go 0 for 7, 0 for 8 attacking vertically against Miami, that might be tough to win. But if you can hit on a few big plays, a few big vertical plays, I think A&M will be in a good position to potentially win the game in the fourth quarter. But I do have one clip we're going to show, one clip of Weigman attacking and pushing the ball downfield vertically. It's broadcast footage, so I do apologize. But I did want to show just one clip that if he's able to kind of repeat these type of throws, and they'll be in a good position to win. Like we said, we're also going to put out a Tyler Van Dyke, not episode, I guess episode, right? Tyler Van Dyke video talking about what he needs to do against Texas A&M's defense to have success. So I think A&M and Miami are in similar positions where you really don't have a real idea about how their offense is going to be or their defense because the opponents they played week 1. After this week, we should have a good idea about both teams, right? So if you like this A&M breakdown, this Conner Weigman breakdown, you want to continue to see what our thoughts are, for whatever that's worth, on Tyler Van Dyke against the Aggies defense. We'll have that video out shortly. It may already be out depending when you are watching this. So with that said, consider liking, subscribing to the channel. All that stuff helps. Let's go watch this one clip. All right, so here's a quick clip of a passing touchdown from Weigman, 35-yard touchdown, seam down the middle of the field. Again, just a quick clip showing the ability to attack vertically, using plays like this against Miami's defense to have success. And like we mentioned earlier in the video, all his touchdowns were against the blitz. You're going to see this is one of the blitz. I think they bring 5 here off the edge, and this backer comes here, I believe, right? So he's able to stay in the pocket, push the ball downfield. So I think for them to have success, for them to be in the best position possible to beat Miami, having success vertically is going to be important. So we'll go ahead and watch this. And again, it's the broadcast footage, so I do apologize. It's not the best footage, and we're not able to play it super fast, so I do apologize for that. We'll go to watch here. So we'll see here, they creep in, blitz coming, everyone's creeping in. This right here, this is a no-brainer attack vertically. If you can get Miami's defenders to get out of position like this, man, that could be awesome for A&M. But again, different defense, different level of playing. All come in. Great pocket, able to pick up everything there. So again, this is a good example of the blitz coming, but no pressure, right? The blitz came in. This is going to go down as a successful throw against the blitz, but there's no pressure at all. So great job by the offensive line. Push it downfield. He's wide open. Boom. Touchdown, right? So again, to have success, attack vertically. This is just an example of some type of plays or the style of plays I think A&M can hopefully have to have success against Miami. So with that said, if you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. We do put out this quarterback content on a weekly basis, kind of a regular basis now during the season. But yeah, feel free to give us a follow. We're over at QB Spotlight on Twitter as well. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.